So how can digital be durable? If it's digital, like an email, how can we make sure it's durable? Like it's going to last forever. Durable means unchangeable. It means your money will be there for you 1,000 years from now. It means your money won't be destroyed. It means it won't be printed more of. So let's talk about that. So Bitcoin is controlled by millions of computers that are securing and auditing the Bitcoin network every 10 minutes. They're doing it constantly, but the entire ledger is audited and secured every 10 minutes. The Federal Reserve, which was created in 1913, has not been audited a single time in the last 112 years. So the paper money system has never been audited. Bitcoin is audited the entire network and every transaction every 10 minutes, and the Bitcoin computers are constantly auditing and securing the network even between those 10-minute intervals. So is Bitcoin hard to make more? Yes, the Bitcoin network has rules. One of the rules is there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin in circulation. So right now there's about 20 million Bitcoin in circulation. So there will never be more than 21 million. And all of the remaining Bitcoin will enter circulation between now and the year 2140, which is 115 years from now, 115. So we almost have all of the Bitcoin that will ever exist today. And with regard to the rules, everyone has to agree to change the rules, including you. There's no way to change that absolute finite amount of Bitcoin of 21 million unless all of the owners of Bitcoin agree to that change. And if even one of them objects to the change, then the real Bitcoin with a $21 million limit will continue regardless of what anyone else does. The rules are unchangeable unless there is consensus by everyone. So with US dollars, a few politicians decide how many to print. They decide, and you don't. The Federal Reserve Board of 12 governors just makes up a number of how much money they want, and they just print it out of thin air. You don't get any say in that. Using Bitcoin is deciding against inflation. Boom. In a world of Bitcoin, your problem of inflation, of prices constantly going higher all the time, goes away because you can't inflate Bitcoin. It has that hard cap of 21 million Bitcoin that will ever exist. So, which is why the price of Bitcoin is going up. People are opting out of the fiat, which means made up. The US dollar is a fiat currency. Fiat means made up by fiat, by dictate, by out of thin air. As people opt out of that system and trade their US dollars for Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin goes up, and ultimately people are making that migration. Now, the price goes up and down over time because lots of people are trying to figure out how quickly we're going to make that transition to Bitcoin. So depending on the day, people are positive it's right around the corner, or it might take a couple decades. The price goes up and down with adoption as people are trying to figure out how big of a deal is Bitcoin now, and how quickly are we all going to transition to Bitcoin as the future monetary system of the world.